Hello and welcome back to the channel. Well, listen, family, I have got to go in on this subject because these types of subjects stay at the forefront for a number of different reasons. I had intended to talk about some of the content that is constantly shared with me, but I decided to just kind of incorporate it into this video right here. So the content that is constantly shared with me, of course, is videos and images of black males committing crimes, hurting people, killing people, robbing people, carjacking people, just, things like that. And you kind of grow tired of those things. You grow weary of it. These things happen, though. They are definitely happening, right? And of course, as I state many times, you have criminals from every racial group, male and female. I say this every time. Right? But I wanted to go in on this subject, and I wanted to make mention of that for a specific reason, because I did a poll on my channel, and it was in regards to Moses and his response to what what his response would be in regards to what he sees today, right? So let me just read it exactly as I posted it. It says, if Moses could spend 1 year in Manosphere today, he would probably tell the Most High to do what? And so far in the voting, we have 325 votes. And 19% of the people so far have stated that they believe the Most High would have mercy on his people if Moses were to report back to him, what he is seeing today. 81% of the people believes that Moses will tell the Most High, bring down the hammer. Okay, so that's what the general poll says, y'all. That's what the general poll says. So I get a comment within the polls from someone who says something that I thought to be just, very typical of what we hear and see some men saying today. So I have that comment on the screen there. I blurred out the person's name so that you can't make out the name. You can actually go and see it on the post, but this is what the person said. Based on my question, this poll about Moses. Now, notice in the questioning, I didn't say male or female. I just said, if Moses could spend 1 year in Negrosphere today, right? So that's talking about men and women, correct? So this person asked, or they make this statement, should I say. They said that he would ask the Most High to have mercy on his people. Then they went on to say that Moses would, after being a year in the failed black matriarch community, understand how the feminist ideology has destroyed the black family and community. He would understand 70% to 80% of black children are being raised by single mothers, and how this new definition of the black family has feminized the boys and made the girls masculine. So this man believes that Moses, a historical black figure of ancient times, who was known of Yah, who was righteous in his thinking and his actions, a man who was chosen of Yah to do what he did. He believes that Moses would come here in today's time, look around in the black community, and come up with this conclusion: that everything you see in the black community is because of a failed matriarch neighborhood that came about because of feminist ideologies and destroyed the black family and the community. And that 70 to 80% of the children are being raised by single mothers, and how the new definition of black family has feminized the boys and made the girls masculine. So this person believes that the black man is an innocent victim of everything, that he has no part in anything, that he is just walking around like some angel in the black community who's suffering because the black woman is so cotton picking horrible. See, those statements like this is why there will be no progress in the Black community if the men in the community think like that. If you think that the charge is to be laid solely at the woman's feet and that the men are innocent victims and that everything is out of their hands, we have no control, we've lost our manhood because the woman is all of this. This is why I constantly say that we should work out our own soul salvation with fear and trembling, right? And that we should also, as women, get ourselves together so men like this will be without excuse when the women get themselves together. But I already know that collectively as a whole, sin will continue amongst the men and the women. But it's unfortunate that so many of our brothers, not all of them, because I know that many of our brothers are walking in righteousness, doing right by their families, handling their business, serving the Most High in the beauty of holiness or set apartness. I know this, right? But there are too many religious men out here. Religious men. I call them religious because they don't really have a real true relationship with the Most High. A lot of these men, they are always looking across the aisle at the women, barking about being the head. These men are barking about being the head, but they are not leading anything. They don't have headship. They haven't established headship in the community. This was one of the curses that the scripture talked about, that those who hate us would rule over us. Who's supposed to be ruling right now, y'all? Is it the Black woman? No. The Black man is supposed to be ruling in his communities. So if the Black man is not ruling in his communities, you certainly cannot blame that on the Black woman. I'm always thrown back by the statistics. And some of y'all, I hope y'all don't get upset at this because I'm responding to a comment, right? And I'm responding also to the fact that the world is in chaos. And this continues to happen to where the headship is not understanding what the Most High is requiring. The Most High is not requiring that the woman pick up the community and get everything in line, because the headship does not belong to her. The headship belongs to the man. It belongs to the men, and they are the ones who have the charge of getting the communities in order as the head, and the women as the helpmeets. But I'm always thrown back by the statistics that 70 to 80% of Black children are out here being raised by single mothers. It's almost as if some men, not all, but some men are blinded by those statistics. They don't understand that on the other side of those percentages of these women who are having babies is a man who got her pregnant. You see, Black women going to a sperm bank is almost unheard of. Not saying that it does not happen, y'all, for those of you who want to go and start finding articles to see. So here's one right here. I already know that there are a very small few. But the majority of Black children that are born into this world from a Black mother and a Black father came as a result of two people coming together, not a Black woman going to a sperm bank. So the men, just like the men of old who said, oh, here's this woman, stone her, she was caught in adultery. They did not bring the man who was attached to the other side of that adultery. They only brought her. That's why Yahusha, the one who the world calls Jesus, he said, he that is without sin cast the first stone. If you got sin in your camp, get out of my face. You see, those men turned around because they knew that they had sin in their camp, but here they are saying, stone her, because she was caught in adultery. Last time I checked, it took two to tango, right? But they didn't bring the man. So this is another example of that today, where you have the men bringing the statistics, talking about 70 to 80% of the women are single mothers raising children by herself, but they forgot that it takes two to tango. That these children that are being born, there was a man on the other side of that fornication. You see. But again, this is why the Black community will stay in shambles until the Most High comes and set the record straight, because the head is sick. And when the head is sick, the whole body is sick. This is why women, lay the charge at your own door to get yourself together. There's nothing that we can say to the brothers or to the men for them to get themselves together. Our charge that the Most High laid upon us is to pray for the men because they are out of order. In Jeremiah, the women were commanded to weep and moan for the sins of the men. And it talked about the men being slain, killed, and destroyed in the streets because of their sins. And the Most High said, daughters of Zion, pray for these men. They are lost. This was the Most High giving the daughters of Zion a command to pray for the men because they are out of order. So this is what we must do. We must pray for them because they are out of order. They can keep on throwing statistics talking about the 70 to 80% of children born out of wedlock. And they can continue to blame the black woman, talking about feminizing the boy and masculizing, making the girls masculine. They can continue to ignore the fact that if the man was there, he can raise his own sons. But no, they don't want to talk about the man and his absence. They don't want to talk about the fact that many of these men, many of them, not all of them, okay, because I know there is a demographic that don't fit what I'm about to say. So you can spare me all of the details in the comment section. But there are a lot of so-called black men who are just using a woman's body as a sperm dump. Meaning he doesn't have a relationship with her. He has no intentions of being in her life. And he's being very reckless and careless with just dropping his seed any and everywhere. This is why they have such a song that's called Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Because he's going from house to house, woman to woman, womb to womb, dropping his seed. But yet you have all these men who want to lay that charge on the woman too. I've said many times that the woman need to close them up. I've said that. But at the same time, where are you men who are telling these men to zip it up? Keep it in his pants. Where are you men who are saying that? While you're blaming the woman for the 70 to 80%. And depending on who's giving the speech or making the comment, some of you say 90%. Where are you men who are talking about those men who fathered those children that you are talking about? Where are you men who are talking about those men who are not there to keep their sons from being feminine? Where are you men who are there to bring balance in that household where your daughter lives so that she knows and understands what the father's role is and what the mother's role is? Where are you men who boast about being the head, being in charge, being masculine, alpha this, alpha that? Plug yourself into those statistics too. Plug yourself into those statistics. Women, you need to stop connecting with these men who ain't proved nothing to you. Ain't proved a thing to you, but you are opening up your womb to people who are going to lay all of the charges on you. All of the charges being laid on you. And you are allowing this because you just can't say no. It's time to start saying no because you got these people out here doing videos, making comments, some even making a whole living off of trashing your existence, laying all the charge on you that because of you, the black community is destroyed. But let me get back to Moses real quick. Unlike what some of these men think, Moses would not come here and start pointing all his fingers at the woman. Moses would not do that. Moses would come and he would say, this is a doggone shame how you men are this out of order to where you can't keep your stuff together. Your daughters, your sons, your communities out of control. Where's your leadership? Oh, is over there with a bottle turned up to his mouth. Oh, where's your leadership? Where is your leadership? Oh, it's over there inhaling some drugs right now. I'm going to cut in right here and say this. I'm talking to those who the shoe fits. I am not talking to my brothers who are handling their business. I'm talking about collectively those who are out here in the black community robbing people, killing people. I'm going to tell y'all right now, it is so depressing sometimes, the things that are shared with me. I do not even comment or even expound on the majority of the stuff that's sent to me because it's that depressing. I will chime in from time to time, but y'all send me a lot of stuff, and I appreciate everyone who shares things with me, right? But when I get a slew of stuff where it's saying, how is it that black men are being caught on camera doing these foolish things? It's tripping me out, y'all. Black man caught on camera pushing this old lady down a long flight of stairs and looked like a mall or something. And when she didn't fall all the way down, he goes over there and pushes her the rest of the way down. What the heck is going on with that kind of foolishness? Where are the men who want to talk about that mess? And then someone else sends me a video of two men walking together in New York. The other one pulls out a gun. They look like they were friends, like they knew each other. You pull out a gun, you just blow this guy's head off. Point blank, right there. Where are the men who are talking about that? Now, I do know, when I say this, when I ask a question like that, I do know that some of our brothers do deal with these subjects, and I appreciate those who are fair, honest, and balanced. On this channel, I talk about the situations in the black community, period, whether it's men or women. But I am fed up with these hypocrites that come on this channel and want to pretend like the black man is some innocent victim of circumstances, and that the black woman has single-handedly taken over, and that she is... If you can't see that these single mothers that you talk about who are powerless to do anything in the black community, are you saying that it's her job to be the head of the black community? Because if these women are single, like you're saying, in which we do know that there are a lot of single mothers, then you're free to rule. How come that's not happening? Is that her fault too? Because when men say this, you have to understand that most of these women that you're talking about who are single mothers, who are raising these boys and these girls to be whatever, most of them are not even financially or socially able to rule anything. So you have the floor. Especially you religious types, you have the floor. You have the floor. Take back your headship. But see, the problem is a lot of so-called men in the black community don't want to take back the headship because it would require repentance. Of course, women are not innocent in this either. It is disgusting to see what we as the collective are doing in the so-called black community. Women who are out of control, raising children because the man is gone. The fault falls on you. They put it all on you. And since that is the case, you have a responsibility to make sure that your children are not out here wreaking havoc in the community. This is really sad, y'all. We are in a messed up state right now. We are in a messed up situation as a whole. As a whole, we are in a messed up situation. But as long as the head keeps barking about being the head, but saying that the woman is the only blame in the black community, I'm sorry, Moses wouldn't agree with you. Moses would not agree with you. Moses would be looking at the men, because Moses knew the order of Yah. Moses knew that the men are supposed to be in charge and that the men are supposed to be the head. Moses, this is what he would say, and this is my opinion on the matter. You all can share your opinions as well. But Moses would say, because I know the judgment of our Creator, of the Most High Yah, because I know how he judges and how he sets the record straight. See, Moses was there. He knew what happened when the Most High was judging the children of Israel. You see, the Most High was opening up the ground, swallowing folk. He was doing all kinds of things. And most of the time it was the men, right? So Moses would look, he would say, The fact that there are a lot of single daughters of Zion out here raising the children by themselves, that tells me that the men done lost their minds, lost their place, lost their position, lost their headship. And the Most High has rained down judgment just like the Bible said he would. That would be the conclusion that Moses would draw. Moses would not come up with these cockamamie excuses like this, blaming it all on the women. Moses wouldn't dare do that because he knows better. Moses is a man who knew Yah, so he knows how Yah operates. He would look at the situation and he would ascertain that things are out of order because the head is sick. All right, y'all, I'm done with this video. I am done with this video. But until everyone falls in line the way that they are supposed to be, where Yahushua is the head, right, of man, and man being the proper head of woman, and woman falling underneath a man in proper righteousness. Until that happens, we're going to continue to see things out of order and out of line. As long as men continue to blame women for everything, laying every charge at the woman's door, the so-called black community will remain in this hopeless situation because the men refuse to repent. Okay? I'm not talking to you repentant brothers. I'm talking about the masses of men who continue to contribute to the downfall of the black community. That's who I'm talking about. And you women who continue to use that as an excuse to say, well, things are messed up because our men are messed up. Even though the Most High lays the charge on the man to be the head, the daughters of Zion are still without excuse for the role that you play in the mess in the black community. If we don't get ourselves together collectively as a whole, the Most High is going to continue to rain down his judgment, and folk going to keep on getting buried. It is what it is. In the comment section, you are free to leave your thoughts. But if you men want to come in the comment section and keep on laying the charge at the doors of only the black women, talking about this and that, throwing out these statistics, saying here's this woman who's been caught in this, continuing to ignore the men on the other side of that sin, the black community will remain the same, and that judgment will continue to reign. I'm out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.